Hey everyone, it's Jess. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another plan with me to share with you all, and this week I am planning for the week of January 15th to January 21st. I wasn't totally sure there for a second, but I am using the Asleep by Midnight kit from ScribblePrintsCo along with a foil bundle that's the mixed metal, gold, and champagne lights. I wanted the gold because I felt like it fit this kit so well, but then I wanted to sparkle like the stars because this whole kit was giving me like romantic-y ACOTAR vibes, and I just love it. I didn't use this kit for any particular reason other than it was cute, and the colors are more cool tones, so I feel like they went well with January for winter, so I dug it. It also snowed a lot this week, so I feel like the little snow stickers looked really, really cute with this kit. I also added a bunch of quote box overlays from Planet Hannah that I got custom made with not random, but random lyrics from My Tears Ricochet. I was just like really feeling the song this week. I mean, yeah, as opposed to every other week, Jessica. I know. I was really feeling it. And then I don't think that song literally has anything to do with the theme of this kit, but it kind of fit like really well. And I ended up ordering one sheet, placed that order, and then decided, oh shoot, I need more of the lyrics. I forgot some of the best ones. So I placed another order and then ordered a second sheet. And then I realized, oh, there's 8 quote box overlays. Am I going to put them on every single full box in the spread? No, because I didn't put it on the beautiful girl in the dress, but I put it on every other full box, and I love it. Is it giving My Tears Ricochet vibes? I don't know, but I love that it's in here, and of course I had to get it in like the pixie gold because it's so pretty. So yeah, that's the basics of this spread, basically. It was a really long but really good week. I did have to work 5 days this week, which I regret. Like, I never mind giving Fridays, and then I just regretted the week that we're in because I'm always eepy sleepy when that time comes. And I decided to actually work 2 Fridays in a row, which I've learned my lesson. I did give more Fridays to work, but I spread them apart a bit. Also because your girl has missed therapy, and I love going to therapy. Like I said, it's my book club. So I love it. What else happened this week? I don't remember the details of the days of the week, but they're usually boring and mundane. It snowed, like properly snowed, got to wear my snow boots. Snowed, and I was so excited. Everybody at my job was like, I can't believe it snowed, and I'm like, I can't believe it snowed. I'm like, everyone look at my snow boots, because I've been talking about my snow boots for 2 years. When I started working 2 years ago, it had snowed a few times, and everybody was coming in with snow boots, and I had like my leather, just regular boots that would get ruined in the snow and the slush and all that stuff. So I was like, fine, I'll get snow boots. And then it didn't snow after that. For 2 years after I bought my snow boots, it did not snow at all. So I was very excited about that. I marked it anytime it snowed this week. I think there were 3 times that it snowed, once at night into the morning, and then another random night. And then I went to Delaware this weekend, and it snowed a lot there. Like, I was actually very, very surprised. Also, I read a lot of Iron Flame this week. I finished Iron Flame this week. I have thoughts about it. I liked it, but I feel like that book didn't need as many details as they provided for us. There were some parts of the book that my eyes were skipping over paragraphs and things because I'm like, I don't care. I don't care about this. Why is this important? Like, I forgot that we lived so many lives in this one book. Is that a good way of doing that without spoiling? Because this is a relatively newish book, so I don't want to spoil anything. But like, I loved it. But was it 5 stars like Fourth Wing? No. Also, I was about to call her Violet. Got on my nerves a little bit. And if you read the book, you'll know why. And I was like, when is this going to end? So that's what I'll say. I did enjoy myself, but I did find myself wanting to be done with the book already. And I love how it ended, but that's all I will say. Also, I got a cat this week. So I was in Delaware. We went to PetSmart. because I love how I tell you all my weekend stories now beforehand, but I think this works for us. But I got a cat, another one. I already have Oliver, who's a Scottish fold, and we got a new kitty cat. His name is Frankie. His name was actually Frank, but I was like, I'm going to change his name, but to Frankie, and I keep calling him Franklin now. So we'll see what he does with those names. He doesn't answer to any of them. But yeah, we went to PetSmart because I needed food for Oliver. Let me correct that. My mom needed food for Oliver. I'm a bad cat parent sometimes because I don't notice his food going missing, but my mom does. So yay for good cat mom. And so we went to PetSmart, and then I walked over mistakenly to the like adoption area, and I saw this cute little kitty cat. I saw a black cat. Her name was Sabrina, and she was so freaking cute, because I've always wanted a black cat. And then she came out and she didn't like me very much. I was still going to get her, but that's on me. That says so much about me. She didn't like me very much, but I still wanted to get her. And then we saw Frank, and we were like, oh my God, he's so cute. And he's like white with like orange patches, or orange with some white. And like, he's orange and white cat. Teeniest little thing, 3 months old. And when they let us play with him, he was just like a little cuddle bug. Now he runs rampant over my entire house. Like, you would never guess it's the same cat, but he was such a cuddle bug. And me, my sister, and my mom were like, oh my God. And then I'm like, let's send it. I'm like, my mom's always wanted a second cat anyway, so I'm like, let's send it. He's so cute. He's so precious. So I have another cat. His name is Frankie, and he's a little shit, but I think it kind of goes with the vibes. Him and Oliver have already met, and they run around the entire house, and they play together, and I think we got very, very lucky, because I was reading a lot of articles because I was kind of nervous about introducing a baby cat to a almost 3-year-old cat. And I wasn't sure how it goes about introducing them. I know cats get very territorial, but they're like best friends. I mean, they play. I know they play because no one's like screamed bloody murder yet. And I don't see like claws or like teeth. But at one point I saw Oliver like licking him, and I was like, this is so cute. So we got a little lucky. It's only been 5 days since we've had Frankie, and they're already like around the house together playing and stuff like that. So thank God for that, because I felt so bad leaving him in his own separate room, but it was for everyone's own good. So yeah, moving on to the sidebar, even though right now I'm on Monday. I really enjoyed this sidebar because I just smacked it with all of my countdowns for the first half of the year. I put down 2 habit trackers, and then 1 countdown for the countdown to Disney, 1 countdown to Austin, which I haven't been to Austin in forever, and I get to see Andrea and everybody, and it's going to be super duper fun. And Andrea already has like a whole list planned out, and I've been trying to think of things that like I want to do that I'm like, we should do this because I miss this, or like I've been wanting to do it. I can't think of anything, so I'm glad she has a list together. And then it's 4 months until Vegas, so I'm super duper excited. And I love having all the countdowns, and I was really, really, really pumped that I had this cowgirl scribbler because it worked so perfectly for Austin. Then moving on to Monday, I was listening to the audiobook of Wildfire because I was driving into work, and then I went to work, started reading a little bit more of Iron Flame because my Spotify ran out. It ran out of, what is it? I'm going to sneeze. I thought I was going to sneeze. Hold on. Anyway, it ran out of listening time, and then I was reading Iron Flame and then realized later that I could actually like top up my Spotify hours, and I was like, I think I need to do it just because I am driving home and I just want like background noise. So did I actually end up reading more of it though? No, I don't think so. I think I topped myself up and then just didn't keep reading. But I think I called my sister and my mom. But anyway, so I read Iron Flame a little bit too at work, and while I was waiting for my figure skating class. So then I did my figure skating class, and it was super duper fun. What did we learn that day? We learned to stop better and glide on one foot. I felt like a princess, or like an ice princess. It was so cool. And then it was the final games. It was the final game the Eagles played this season. They lost. It was very sad. It was a very depressing game. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did get the tail end of it, and I was like, oh, this is depressing. And then it snowed this day, and it started snowing as I was leaving the ice skating rink with my little bag full of my ice skates, with my little like fuzzy wuzzy headband hat thing. I was just like, these are the vibes, and I accept all of this energy in snow form coming to me, because that made no sense. I am so sorry. I feel like it did make sense, but not a lot. But you get it. If you get it, you get it. Let me go back to making any modicum of sense. So moving on to Tuesday, it was still snowing, and I was so excited because it was so magical, because it was nighttime, it was dark outside. And like, you just see the little snow falling in really thick chunks, and even at work, like I could see it snowing out the window, and I was just like, oh, I could get used to this. Everyone was like, I kind of don't want to come to work when it's snowing. And I'm like, if it's like this, I will come. If it blizzards, I will come. Like, it's so pretty. New York City with the snow is so pretty until it turns to slush. But like, whilst it's falling, it's so pretty. Anyway, then I went to work, and after work, I actually had plans to see my brother-in-law for dinner, because he was in New York City for a conference. So he asked me to go to dinner, and I felt so special. He ordered everything for dinner, which was quite lovely, because I didn't have to make any decisions, and everything we ordered was delicious, especially like the fried fish thing he ordered. I don't even remember what the type of fish is, but the restaurant was called The Tiger with a Y-G-R-E. And if you are in the New York area ever, it's around Canal Street. So good. Like right in that like Soho, Canal Street area. Very, very good. Then when I got home, I got some Happy Mail from Freedom Ravewear, which was my third EDC outfit, but it don't fit correctly. So I returned it, and hopefully my store credit, because they only give you back store credit, comes in, so I can order another outfit that's a little more covered up and something I'm a little bit more comfortable in. It's not totally covered up, but a little more modest than what I ordered and what I thought I would be comfortable wearing. I like forget I have big boobs all the time, and that like things look different on smaller boob people than they do on big boob people, and it bites me in the butt every single time because I forget. And sometimes I'm like, they're not that big. Yes, they are. In case you were wondering. The second thing I marked at the second half of Tuesday, I'm going to keep kind of a secret just because it's a little personal, so I'm taking it out. And then I spent the entire evening and basically the whole day reading Iron Flame. So then moving on to Wednesday, I did listen to some music in the morning on my commute to work, probably a little bit more so afterwards as well. I went to work, and then I got some more Happy Mail, which was an Xbox controller, which Nick told me to buy because it was easier than playing on a keyboard, like Party Animals and Overcooked and things like that, which I actually haven't played Overcooked with the Xbox controller yet, so I need to try that. But then I read some more Iron Flame. I basically read it after my commute. I don't remember. I put the book, like I read throughout the day, and then I don't know the math behind where I put the reading sticker, but I read more Iron Flame. I cut Oliver's little toe beans because his nails were getting long. I print and cut my stickers for the week for the week before. And then I played Party Animals with Nick because I had to test out my new controller, and so I did. Then moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was work. I had a lot of cancellations I had a lot of cancellations on this day, so I got to do some filing for the admin team. I got to catch up on my charts for the rest of the week until I go on my trip, which is really nice because unless somebody like cancels or whatever, everything was up to date by this point. And then also another hygienist had a cancellation, and I was offering to clean her teeth, and then she asked me when was the last time I got my teeth cleaned, and I was like, it was pretty recently, I think. Turns out it was a year ago. And she was like, I'll clean your teeth. And I was like, that's so nice, except I found out I have a cavity. How does a hygienist get a cavity? We do. We're people too, with tissue, okay? Like, I get food caught in this upper left area, and I am not surprised that I have a cavity in there. But now I have to get it filled, and I'm so scared because I don't like needles, even though I administer local anesthesia all the time. Make it make sense. It doesn't. So I got my teeth cleaned. It felt very, very nice. And me and the hygienist got to talk a little bit because what was the explanation for that? We just got to talk, and it was really nice. She's very talented because she can talk while she works. And I don't say that with like any snubbing, or like any, what is the word? No pettiness, not the pettiness. What is it called? No shade. I say that with no shade. Because when I work, it's not that I don't want to talk sometimes too, but when my hands start moving in the mouth, I cannot speak. Like if I go to speak, I have to stop. But she could work and speak. And I'm like, how does your brain do that? Because I tried one time, but like I always end up stopping. I don't know how she does it, but it's very impressive. But overall, it was a really good day. So I decided to put a little munchkin with like the energy recharged sticker, even though I was really, really tired and knew I would have to come into work the next day. Like this would have been a perfect Thursday to end the week on, but knowing I had to go in the next day was just like, ugh. So then I read more of Iron Flame. I filmed last week's plan with me. I edited the photos and the thumbnail for it. And then I packed for Delaware, which I thought I did a thorough job, but then turns out I forgot my toothbrush, which explains the cavity. And I forgot my underwear, but luckily I was going to my sister's house. So she had an extra toothbrush and underwear. Then moving on to Friday, I did have to work. No therapy today. One of my coworkers, Becky, got me coffee, which was super, super sweet. And then it snowed some more. It wasn't sticking to the ground, but I marked it anyway because it was like thick chunks falling that you could see from like the outside of the windows. So it was really nice. Then I got to go home a little early because one patient canceled. The other one came 40 minutes early. And I was like, thank God. And since like Friday's not usually a day I come in, I was like, can I leave since I'm done? And they were like, yeah, sure, bye. So it was good because I was very hungry and it meant we got to drive to Delaware a little bit earlier. So we drove to Delaware. We had pho for dinner. And then I basically spent the entire night on the couch reading more Iron Flame. It was a very chill weekend and I really, really liked it. Then moving on to Saturday. Whoa, I am going very, very fast. But I told all my stories in the beginning. Moving on to Saturday, I marked that it was movie night, but only because I wanted to use the script sticker because it was both the gold and the sparkly gold. But it was actually like movie day. We watched Aquamarine. My mom got invested and then my sister just turned it off like 15 minutes out from the ending, I think. And then half an hour later, my mom goes, wait, how did that movie end? So that was really funny. And then we watched the Hannah Montana movie, which my sister fell asleep watching because she's pregnant. Then my mom really wanted to leave the house and wanted to go on some errands, go to like TJ Maxx and she wanted to go to PetSmart to get food for Oliver. But I also said, well, if we're going out, we're going to Target. So we went to Target first. I bought a little baby book for my sister. And then I also bought I went into their activewear section because they have these like scuba crop half zip things. And they're so comfortable. I bought them last week in like a pink and a blue. Was it last week? I don't know. Was it the week before that? I bought it 1 week. It had to have been recently because I wore it ice skating. But I didn't wear it to my first class. I wore it to my second class. I literally don't see where it says Target run. Okay. Oh, no, I found it. Okay, so it was the Friday before. I'm like, I really needed to, align my days. So I went back, and they had a white one that I didn't have and a green one, but I only bought the green one because I already got the pink and the blue one dirty. So I was like, I cannot be trusted with the white one. So I got a green one instead. Then we went to PetSmart, and I met Frankie. So I told you guys the whole story with needed to get food, ended up filling out adoption papers for Frankie instead. And he actually had someone had already applied to adopt him. So the only way we were going to get him is if the person in front of us wasn't approved for it for some reason. So we didn't actually leave with Frankie, but I did fill out the adoption papers, and saying we were interested. I had Sabrina and Frankie written down, but my sister and my mom weren't feeling Sabrina. So I was like, okay, well, I'd rather have Frankie instead. It made my heart hurt. I've always wanted a black cat. And so I ended up putting down Frankie instead. And then we were just they were if you hear from us, if the other people get it or they don't get it, you'll still hear from us and we'll let you know what's going on. And I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, when can you take him? When are you leaving? And I'm like, we're leaving tomorrow, Sunday. But my sister lives here, so if anything, and my mom's cuckoo bananas, so she could drive back down here and get him if anything. So we left, and then we went to TJ Maxx. I didn't get out of the car for that. And then we picked up some sushi and had sushi that night for dinner, and basically everyone kind of like dispersed and went to do their own thing, and I just read more Iron Flame, and I was very, very sleepy. Like, I think I went to sleep at like 11:30, which sounds late, but on weekends it's not really. Like, I feel like I go to bed around 12:30 on weekends, so being like asleep by 11:30 it meant I was tired. Then on Sunday, the first thing that happened that I didn't mark like specifically was that I woke up to a text message from one of the volunteers at the adoption center of that PetSmart, and she was asking me about when are we leaving and could we take Frankie home like that day if they approved my application. And I was like, oh shit, the other people failed, or they really, really wanted us. I don't know which, but I don't care. And so I'm like 2 seconds awake, and I'm not screaming. Apparently to my mom and my sister, I was screaming because they got nervous, but I just, that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. I was like, Mom, Vicky, anybody? And they both ran into the room, and I explained to them the situation. And they were like, that was so dramatic for no reason. And I was like, I didn't know I was being dramatic. So then I was like, do we want this cat? Like, are we for sure? Are we getting the cat? And then my mom was like, yes. And then of course she got nervous, but I was like, let's do it. So I texted the woman and I said, yeah, if we're approved, we will take him home today, very happily. And then so she needed like pet records because the vet was closed, and luckily my mom had Oliver's like pet records on deck, like on her phone, so we sent that over. And they were like, if not, we'll call your brother-in-law. My sister was getting ready to wake up Brandon, like we were prepared for this, but like the vet stuff was good, like the little chart was good, and they were like, okay, we'll see if we can get a volunteer to let you guys come. It was like a whole thing. I'm just now realizing how big of a whole thing it is and how really spontaneous this was. I'm not a spontaneous person, not without anxiety, but I was like, this is a good thing we're doing. So basically I ended up spending the day watching YouTube videos, and then my sister and my mom went to Costco together and to Best Buy because my sister spilled water on her laptop. A rip to that laptop. And then Brandon had to go to the grocery store, and he recruited me to come with him. And I was like, begrudgingly, okay, but can we go to Wawa? Because if Wawa is there, I will also be there. And then after all that, we came back home, waited for my mom and my sister to get back. And then it turns out we were going to meet them there. So we went back to PetSmart and we picked up Frankie. We got him a little carrier. We got him a little cat twee. We got him, what else did we get him? Oh my God, one of the volunteers, the one that was texting me, she actually crochets blankets for all the cats that are in that PetSmart. And so Frankie got to come home with this like sparkly white and pink blanket, and I was obsessed. And they also like sent him home with a toy, so I was like, this is the cutest shit I've ever seen. And then as soon as we got back, we had to pack all our things and we drove back home. So our little Delawarean cat is now a New Yorker. So we drove back home, and on the drive home, I started reading the book called Good Game. I'll go into it in more detail in the next Plan With Me because I feel like I can't do it right now. Then we got home, we unpacked the car, I played a little bit of Dreamlight Valley, and then tried to watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and I got through like half of the episode before I just decided I didn't want to play anymore. And I've been trying to load it ever since, and it's not working. But yeah, so that is my week in full. What a roller coaster of a week, but I'd say it was a pretty good one. So yeah, I'm excited to have Frankie. 2 cats is kind of crazy, but it's really fun, and I feel like Oliver is very happy to have a friend with how quickly they seem to have bonded and how long I think it should have taken, but didn't. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!